Nobody talks about the night after you decide to start over. Not the decision itself, not the moment you finally say, something has to change. The night after, when the emotion begins to settle, when the motivation starts getting quieter, when you're lying there in the dark and suddenly realize tomorrow is coming. And tomorrow won't care how inspired you felt tonight. Tomorrow won't care about your promises, your plans, your intentions. Tomorrow will simply ask you to become the person you said you wanted to be. And that's when fear shows up. Not before the decision, after it. Because starting over sounds exciting until it becomes real. Until you realize there is no dramatic transformation waiting for you in the morning. No instant change. No new life waiting outside your door. Just another ordinary day. And somehow, that can feel surprisingly discouraging. Because part of you expected the decision itself to change something, to make you feel lighter, more certain, more confident. But instead, you still feel like you, the same person, with the same doubts, the same fears, the same habits still trying to pull you back. And that's when doubt begins to quietly creep in. Not because you want your old life back, but because you thought starting over would feel different. The hardest part isn't deciding to start over. It's waking up the next morning and realizing nothing looks different. The same room, the same responsibilities, the same unfinished problems, the same thoughts waiting for you when you wake up. And for a moment, you wonder if anything really changed at all.
Because nothing around you seems to reflect the decision you just made. That's often the part nobody expects. The fact that you can make a decision that changes the direction of your life and still feel exactly the same the next morning. No clearer, no stronger, no more certain than you were the day before. Just someone who made a decision and now has to live it. And that's when many of us start looking for evidence. Evidence that we're changing. Evidence that we're growing. Evidence that this new beginning is actually working. But most of the time, there isn't much to see. At least, not yet. And that's where discouragement starts to grow. Because we tend to trust what we can see, what we can measure, what we can point to. But some of the most important changes in life begin long before they become visible. Long before there are results. Long before there are answers. Long before anyone notices. And maybe that's why starting over feels so lonely. Because you've left something behind, but you haven't arrived anywhere yet. You're no longer who you were, but you're not yet who you're becoming. You're standing somewhere in between. And the in-between can feel uncomfortable. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're walking through a place you've never been before. And maybe that's why you're tempted to go back. Not because the old life was better, but because it was familiar. And familiar things have a way of pulling on us, even when they've hurt us, even when they've limited us, even when we know we've outgrown them.
sometimes familiarity feels safer than possibility. Because possibility requires faith. And faith can feel uncomfortable when you're still waiting to see where the road leads.
And maybe that's made even harder by the fact that this isn't your first attempt. Maybe you've tried before. Maybe you've promised yourself things before. Maybe you've started over before. And maybe some of those attempts didn't end the way you hoped. Failure has a way of changing the conversation inside your head. The first time you try something, hope comes easily. But after disappointment, something changes. You become more cautious, more guarded, less willing to trust yourself. And eventually, you stop questioning the goal. You start questioning yourself. Can I actually do this? Will this be different? Am I just repeating a cycle? And carrying those questions can make every step forward feel heavier than it really is. Because now you're not only building a new future, you're also trying to outrun old disappointments. And that's exhausting. But maybe the reason starting over feels difficult isn't because you're moving in the wrong direction. Maybe it's because growth always asks something from us. It asks us to keep moving before we're confident, to keep trusting before we're certain, to keep showing up before we see results. And that's exactly why so many people stop. Not at the beginning, in the middle, when the excitement fades, when progress feels invisible, when the future feels distant, when all that's left is the quiet work of becoming, the small choices, the ordinary days, the moments nobody applauds, the moments nobody sees. And yet, those moments are often the ones that matter most. The Bible is full of people who found themselves in that kind of space. But one story stands out. The story of Israel after leaving Egypt. We often focus on the miracle of leaving. But imagine what came after. Imagine waking up the next morning. Egypt was behind them. But the Promised Land was nowhere in sight. They had left what was familiar, but they hadn't arrived where God was leading them. All they could see was wilderness. Day after day, step after step. And from where they were standing, it probably looked like nothing was changing. Just more sand, more waiting, more uncertainty. And that's the part we rarely think about. Every step they took was bringing them closer to God's promise. But it probably didn't feel that way in the moment. Because progress isn't always obvious while you're living through it. Sometimes it only becomes clear when you look back. And yet, God never left them there alone. The pillar of cloud remained. The pillar of fire remained. His presence remained. The destination was still ahead, even when they couldn't see it. And that's something worth remembering right now. Just because you can't see where this road leads doesn't mean God can't. Just because your life doesn't look different yet doesn't mean He isn't working. Just because you're in the middle doesn't mean you're lost. So if you're sitting in that quiet place tonight, wondering whether you've made the right decision, wondering why everything still feels so ordinary, wondering why you don't feel stronger yet. Take heart. Nothing is wrong. You're simply experiencing what every new beginning feels like. The discomfort isn't proof that you failed. It's proof that you finally left the familiar. And maybe the loneliness you feel right now isn't because God is far away. Maybe it's because you're standing between two chapters of your life. One is ending. The other is still unfolding. And that takes time. The wilderness was never the final destination. It was simply the road between where they had been and where God was taking them. And the same God who led them through it then still leads people through uncertain seasons today, including you. So don't be discouraged by how ordinary things look right now. Don't mistake a slow beginning for a failed one. And don't assume that because you can't see the future, there isn't one. One day, you'll look back on this season differently. Not as the season when everything changed, but as the night you finally stopped waiting for your life to change and chose to take the first step. The night you stopped looking back. The night you decided to trust God with what came next. The night a new chapter began, even though you couldn't see it yet. And that's the beautiful thing about starting over. The story doesn't begin when everything falls into place. It begins when you decide to keep moving forward anyway. One step, one day, one act of faith at a time. And if God has brought you this far, there is every reason to believe He isn't finished with your story yet.